how annoyed are you? Like, it's because you're 25 now.
Yep.
You're 25. You probably could have and should have been in the NBA a bit earlier, if not for things out of your control.
Yep.
Like, where does that sit with you?
There's a filthy taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off. How things went and how they all got so messed up.
Yeah.
Is things out of my control based on advice I was given by people who should be given the right advice.
Yep.
Affecting my career is just like what else can I do? And like to continue to show up and do what I'm doing, I feel as though is like I'm proud of that. But at some time, like soon, I want to make that transition because I deserve to. And I look at rosters and guys who get signed over me because I couldn't sign with an NBA team.
Yeah.
And like I'm livid. Like I'm so pissed off. And
like those opportunities that clearly should be yours.
Yes.
Or that otherwise were yours and
Yes.
were just taken away. Effectively.
Yes. It doesn't sit well with me at all. Now, some teams have signed guys who have panned out better than what maybe I would have. I don't necessarily believe that would have been the case, but some of those guys have panned out. So credit to them, like whatever. But like I've got ambitions, you know. Like I want to go out there and I want to play at a high level and play in the NBA and like show people that hey, even though I'm not as athletic as like some of these guys, like I'm sure as hell can outthink a lot of them. And
you're more athletic than before.
A lot more athletic than before, exactly. Yeah. And like that's kind of been everyone's like a lot of teams who have written me off have been like, oh, he's just not athletic enough. Well,
the thing I was told, so when you left St. Mary's, was you don't have an NBA skill.
Right.
Which at the time, probably right.
So now you look at my game, I can shoot the piss out of it.
Yep.
I can run a lot faster than guys up and down the court.
Yep.
So I'm a transition player. Might not be able to like rim protect like guys do, but I think in the NBA I'd probably be a 4-5, and I think that I can definitely keep people in front. And just like knowing the scout, I believe that like, you know, I can outthink a lot of those guys. Like Joe Ingles to me is just like, and no disrespect to you, Joe, even though you're a prick, like he's not the most athletic guy. And he came, from what I heard, I never watched him in Europe, but like he used to be like a target on scout. Now Joe's like an elite defender for Utah. So like to kind of see him make that transition, it's like, well, why not? Like if I get into the right system and play systematic basketball, which is where I feel like I really excel, like there's no reason I can't like funnel a 4-man downhill into a shot blocker. Like, do you know what I mean? So like that stuff, like, yeah, it definitely pisses me off, and it's something that I really want to happen eventually, and I believe that it should and it will. Yeah. It's just a matter of time, and like, I don't really know. Yeah, like I'm getting fiery just thinking about it right now, but like. I feel as though like I continue to show up and do what I'm supposed to do, and I mean I don't necessarily put up the biggest numbers, but like I
impact
win.
Isn't necessarily numbers though.
Right, exactly. And I think that like going into an NBA team, they wouldn't be like, all right, Jock, we need you to put up 15 and 7 a night. And it's like, no, these guys will be like, just get out there, defend, run hard in transition and rebound, shoot open shots, and like that's the kind of basketball that I think that I can really excel in. And do it at a high level. Now, if hopefully one day my role, has the opportunity to turn into more, but like that's getting way down the line and ahead of myself. So right now I'm just focused on getting into a situation out there and making that happen.
What was the World Cup like for you? Because the whole experience, like, so I followed the team to every stop, I think. And so being in Perth and then Melbourne and then to China, it was just it seemed like a really fun experience to be a part of. Like you guys were sort of tended to, you had crowds, and then you did pretty well in China. Like what was the whole experience like?
Unreal. Like the level of play out there with guys like Joe, Paddy, Delhi, Bogues, Bainesy, like it's what you kind of want to be a part of, and that's why like I only ever want to play with the best, is because they make the game so easy. And I didn't have to even think out there. It was just like, go play hard, and Paddy will hit you, and you'll just find open shots.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just like that side of the game was so enjoyable, of just playing with such high caliber players, and like I'd never felt like the game had been that easy ever. Like, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of. So that was great. But obviously times were tough out there. Being in China for 5 weeks is not easy.
China's different.
It is different, and it kind of wears thin on you at the end. So, frustration started creeping in towards the end about things I don't even know why I was getting frustrated about. I was just like, oh, maybe this is like, I'm just struggling with being out here locked up in a hotel.
Yeah.
Like that side of it is like kind of rough. So it was a good experience. We left a lot on the table, and that doesn't sit well with anyone. I think that, losing Bogues this year, obviously there's a big position to fill. But I think that we can go do it again, and we can clean up what we left, on the table. But yeah, that was a really good experience.